So welcome back guys, and today I want us to go through the roadmap of website development before we even start coding and start talking about some of the things that we're going to be doing as we move on with this course of website development. So website development, it is divided into two. That is the front end and the back end side. You don't need to worry about this, but it is better that you know what is the difference between the front end and the back end side. So front end side, it is actually what you see when you go to the when you visit a website, and that is what we're going to be talking about mostly in this tutorial, and we're going to cover back end later on as we move on. So for me, my advice is you focus first on the front end side, because when you fully understand how the front end works, then it's going to be so simple for you to even dive into the back end side. And front end website or web development side, it is the front. This is everything that you see and interact with when you visit a website. These are things like images that you see when you go to a website. Those are the buttons that you are allowed to click. These are the links, the paragraph, everything that you see, even the forms, and there are plenty of them, and you're going to interact with most of them as we move on, so you don't have to worry about knowing all of them. But each and every time I'm going to be giving you a lot of them, and these are the building blocks of the website. This is everything that you as a user you will see and interact with. And let's go on to the languages that you use when it comes to front-end web development. Now, this is now the most important part, because when you at least try to understand these languages, then you are good to go and you are good to start your website development journey. And by the end of this series that I'm creating, that is going to take you from a beginner to an intermediate web developer, then you are going to, by the end, you're going to be fully aware about how we use some of these languages. So, and we have three languages, the common three core languages, even though we will talk about things like frameworks later, like React, Next.js, and a lot of them. You are not supposed to worry about them. We will cover them as we move on with the course. But right now, I would like you to be keen on these three languages, because with this, then you are good to start. So the first language is HTML, and HTML is an abbreviation of hypertext markup language, and this is it is the skeleton of the website. This is the content. This is everything that you see on the website. These are the images that you see. These are the buttons that you see. These are the forms that you fill. That all of that is possible because of HTML. And remember, it is an abbreviation of hypertext markup language, and you don't have to worry about the whole term, because it is so rare to find someone asking you the definition of HTML, but it is better that you understand. So let's go on to our next language that we're going to be using in the website, in the front end website development, and our next one is going to be CSS. CSS, it is also an abbreviation of cascading style sheet, and this is the skin of the website. Now let me try to explain what I mean by skin. Now, the HTML, it is the skeleton. These are maybe, well, let me give an example with a human body. The bones are the skeleton. The skeleton is made up of the bones, and if you put a complete body with a skin and a side of a skeleton that has only bones, you will see that there will be a difference. The body with the skin, it looks good than the skeleton with only bones. You're going to see that, and CSS, we use it to style the HTML. If it is a button maybe that you have created in the HTML and we want to maybe to give the button a color or maybe a red color, and that is when CSS comes in. Or maybe you want to maybe to uh, give or to style the image in the HTML and you want to give it a different height or give a different size. That is, yeah, sorry, I'm outside right now, so that is a noise. So CSS, we're going to be using CSS to style our HTML. I'm going to show you all of that as we move on in this series. So the next language is going to be JavaScript, and JavaScript, now this is the main or the now the lead programming language that is going now to start bringing the interactivity in the website. Like when maybe you click a button and you want to pay maybe with an M-Pesa, then when you click that button is created by HTML and it is styled by the CSS. But now for us to be able, or for the system now to be able to process your payment, you will have to add interactivity, and that is possible with JavaScript. So that is the end of this introduction. And remember, this is all about the front end, and we are going to talk about each and every language in details. So make sure to follow, subscribe, and also leave a comment so that I can be able to know what are some of the areas that you'd like me to talk more about, and hope that you're going to learn a lot as we go on with this series. See you on the next one.